Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Emily. My goal is always to create a warm and welcoming space, so I hope that's what you find here. I have a finished video for you today. This one's a little bit unique because this kit is a discontinued Dreamer Designs kit that is square drills, and this kit, Emanate, was discontinued before Dreamer Designs tightened up their square drill field, and that happened at the end of 2024, I think. I started diamond painting the more premium kits in like March of last year, 2025. But for reasons that we'll get into in just a moment, I needed to have this kit and I've just finished it. So I'm gonna change your perspective so that you can actually see the kit, so you're not just looking at my face. I'll let you see the kit. We'll talk about why I desperately needed to have this kit. We'll talk about whether the drill field was actually that bad or not. Spoiler alert, it was okay. It was not as bad as I expected it to be. And we'll just talk a little bit about some of the pros and cons of what I found as I did this kit. So that's what I've got for you today. Let me change your perspective so you're looking down at my kit. I apologize, my neighbor's dogs are very excited and my cats are very offended because their water fountains are in the dishwasher. So got a double threat going on. Let me change your perspective and we'll get going. If you have joined me here before, you will know, or you might have guessed, that I'm a big fan of Dreamer Designs. Let me flip this over for you. This is Emanate from Dreamer Designs and Kurtis Rykovich. Whoops. That was not as smooth as I wanted it to be. You guys are zoomed out a little bit so I can get most of her in frame. I love her. She's kind of creepy. So, as I mentioned, Dreamer Designs tightened up their square drill field at the end of 2024. I learned about premium diamond painting kits in early 2025. And when I started looking on YouTube and other places, I was hearing a lot of talk about, people were trying out the new square drill field and things like that, and talking about, Dreamer's always been good with the round drill kits, but the square drill kits, you kind of have to be careful, and etc., etc. So everything that I've purchased directly from Dreamer Designs has always been great, right? Because they had the new drill field by the time that I started purchasing from them. And I purchased two very similar mermaids by Kurtis Rykovich. I actually got the canvases out so that I can show you. They're not done, so it's gonna be kind of strange. I'll put the photos or the images from Dreamer Designs up on the screen, but let me grab those canvases. I got them out to show you. I had pre-flattened them, and then Tulip decided to lay on top of them. But I think it was my first unboxing video. I opened these two mermaids and I think two witches from Kurtis Rykovich. This is Radiate and then Daydreamer. Her face looks very purple here. I think when she's done she won't be quite that purple. But I love these mermaids. I love Kurtis Rykovich. I have lots of kits from Kurtis, or that are based on Kurtis's art. I don't have any prints from him yet. I need to purchase some of Kurtis's prints. But once I had these two, at some point I realized that there was a third mermaid with the whales around her, and that was Emanate. Oops, sorry. But the Emanate had already been discontinued, and that she was discontinued before they tightened up the drill field. So I was in my collector phase, and I sort of went back and forth because I knew about the drill field, and I wasn't in love with the narwhals. But at some point, it got into my head that the three of them were sisters. And I got very upset at the idea of not having the 3 sisters together. And it's sort of like when you have real problems going on, and there are real problems, you know, in your real life and in the world, and you fixate on one tiny thing, you know, and everything's falling apart, and you're sort of like, maybe I should paint the mailbox. What should we paint? What color should we paint the mailbox? So I needed to complete the set of sisters, but I decided I would wait until I found her for a good price. I found her for a good price, and then a month ago, or maybe 6 weeks ago, I sort of inventoried my diamond painting collection, and I realized that I have some other older kits, but Emanate was the one I was most concerned about because of what people had said about the drill field. So I decided to go ahead and kit her up, and I started with 10 centimeter sections. I kitted her up along with this Jaded Gem Shop painting, one of the Flossy Fox shops. I love Jaded Gem Shop, and I know that I love their quality. So I sort of kitted these up together, knowing that if I needed to take a break, I could take a break with this cutie pie. So I did a 10 centimeter section, I did this portion, and then one little 10 centimeter square here. And I was so frustrated. And then I completed this guy, and then I came back and I really got into a rhythm. And so let me zoom you in. Hang on. I got into a rhythm, and it really wasn't bad. So I was pretty impressed once I got into the rhythm of it. There are, of course, some caveats to this. There is some gapping. It's not terrible, and I was actually pretty impressed with how well her face came out, since that was the lightest color. You can see there's a little bit of gapping. I probably could have worked a little harder to fix some of this. But when you guys were zoomed out, it looked great. And from more than, 2 or 3 feet away, it looks really good. So I was really impressed with this. Of course, some caveats. Most of this painting is dark colors. In my experience, and I don't have any background to back this, I don't have any evidence to back this up besides my own anecdotal experience. The darker colors seem to be slightly larger, and that seems to go across the board. All companies, the darker colors are larger. I don't know why that is, but the darker colors fit this painting well. So it worked out well. Also, I've already mentioned to you that I was diamond painting for a while before I found premium kits. So my level of patience is maybe higher than the average person. But I think overall, this turned out really, really well, given what I was led to believe about the quality of these older Dreamer Designs square kits. I didn't add any enhancements to this. Oh, let me back up just a little bit. There were exactly 60 colors in this kit, which means it fit perfectly into one art dot tray. There were 4 AB drills. One of the reasons that I really love Dreamer Designs is that they seem to have the same opinion about sparkle that I do, which is if they can, they really throw it in there. So I have one more. Where is it? Oh, yes, literally oh. So we have a dark blue and a light blue AB. We have one little pink AB. Oh, sorry. And that was only used in her mouth. And then the white AB, which was everywhere. I I didn't add anything here. I don't plan to add anything to the other two mermaids. There was, I don't know if you can see it very well with my lighting situation here, but we have AB throughout her hair. You can maybe get some glimmer here. AB really throughout her hair. These little pearlescent spots on her skin. They were really generous with the AB in her hair here, all the way up through here. A lot of the blue spots in her hair are AB. And then we have these bursts of AB in the water around her. The narwhals are outlined with a little bit of AB. Whoops. So they're creepy eyes. I really like her. I think her eyes turned out well. So I didn't add anything. I probably won't add anything to the other mermaids. Not that there's not room to add some stuff. There's a little bit of AB in her scales here. Some of the white AB in her body here. There's room to add some more. I just didn't. Part of that was that I wasn't sure if it would fit in the drill field, and part of it was laziness. So that's how it all turned out. I'm really pleased with this. It came out much, much better than I expected. I can't wait for all three of them to be hanging up together. The narwhals also turned out much cuter than I thought they would. They're still kind of weird and creepy, but anyway, that's how it went. If you have an older Dreamer Designs hanging out, I would recommend, having some other kits standing by that you can maybe take a break in between. But once I had that one little break at the beginning, and I kind of got into the rhythm of this kit, it wasn't bad at all. But I can't speak to a kit that maybe has a lot of lighter colors, but this one turned out pretty well. I don't want to give that really cute Jaded Gem Shop kit that I did, I don't want to shortchange it. I have several other of those Flossy Fox Shop adorable kits from Jaded Gem Shop that are similar to this. I'm going to do one video with all of them. So I'm not shortchanging that one, but I think she turned out really cute. She's not a adorable mermaid. She's like a summoning the narwhals to sink your ship mermaid. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me. Hello again. Of course I forgot to say the things that I literally wrote down to say. First of all, I don't know when my particular kit was produced. I'm sure there's a way to find out on the box or something. There must be a way to know when a particular kit that you're holding in your hand was produced. I don't know what that is. I know that kit was released on May 31st, 2023. The glue on the canvas was still great. The glue was very sticky. The drills were still pretty good. The drills don't go bad. Like, the drill quality was still good. There was some trash. I don't collect trash drills, so I can't give you like a proportion. It didn't seem like there were more trash drills than what I would expect in any other kit. The glue that goes on the glue on the stickers, the sticker labels that go on your drill container, or whatever you're storing your drills in, was no longer super sticky. So in the beginning, that was probably part of my frustration in the beginning, is that I was losing drill stickers left and right. So I ended up going back through my container and taping all of those stickers down. I don't know that had to do with the age of the kit, or if it had to do with how the previous owner stored it, or the climate where that person lived or something like that, or the climate where I live. I have no idea. So the last thing that I wanted to mention is that I meant to mention was that I could not place more than like 5 of the 310 drills at a time, the true black drills. A lot of the other drills, almost all of the other drills, I could multi-place as much as I wanted. They all fit pretty well in that drill field. I didn't have to do a lot of adjusting. But for some reason, the 310s didn't fit super well, which is kind of strange because usually 310s are larger than you want them to be. So I don't know how that might change if you had an older Dreamer Designs kit with a lot of lighter colors. But that was kind of an interesting thing. I think if you have an older kit like that, it's just going to be a matter of learning, adjusting to the kit that you have and learning sort of the idiosyncrasies of each individual kit. Overall, as you saw, I'm really happy with the result. I was more afraid, I guess, because of what I had heard than I think the kit deserved. So it turned out a lot better than I expected, and I'm really thrilled with that. That is to say, of course, everyone's entitled to their opinion. So all of the negativity that I heard, that's everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's fine. I was pleasantly surprised by how it turned out once I got into the rhythm of it. So I just wanted to come back and say the things that I wrote down to say. Thanks again for stopping by. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.